So let's address Social Security and the fact that you will get a larger Social Security check in 2025. I've been getting a lot of questions from people over the past couple of weeks, and many people are asking the exact same question. Is the Biden administration going to give Social Security recipients a larger check come 2025? Well, the answer is pretty simple. That Social Security recipients will receive a larger check. But as for the reason why, well, that's what we're going to address in today's video. I'll explain exactly what is going on, why there's a push for an increase to benefits, but why we're also hearing some good news regarding the Social Security Trust Fund and how lawmakers are attempting to do something to, well, push back the insolvency date. So I will address all that in today's video, but all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So first off, let's address the exact question. Will you receive a larger Social Security check in 2025? Well, here you go. You might get a bigger Social Security check next year. Here's why. It's the cost of living adjustment. What we have seen over the past few months is inflation is going up and down. It keeps changing. But the good news for Social Security recipients is that it continues to see a little bit of an increase, right? It ticks up. It moves down just a little, right? This is a big thing because for the third quarter of 2024, that is when the cost of living adjustment for 2025 is calculated. Look at this. It says the annual Social Security change is calculated based on the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, or the CPIW from July, August, and September. The CPIW also posted a 3.4% increase in April. This is why it says, should Social Security beneficiaries see a 3.2% increase in their monthly checks next year? It would mark a steep decline from 2023 when recipients saw an 8.7% bump. However, it remains higher than the 2.6% average increase recorded over the past 2 decades. Now, here's the reason why I want to address this. For Social Security recipients, for the average beneficiary, you're going to receive about a $61 increase per month. Okay. The reason why I'm bringing this to your attention is because there's something else that is more pressing. And it's the cuts that Social Security recipients could receive if Social Security does become insolvent, not in 2034, but in 2035. That is the new insolvency date. Now, here's the reason I bring that up. What we know is that lawmakers are attempting to get together and figure out a way to save Social Security. Try to pass some type of Social Security reform. Here's the issue. According to the reports, you need 2 things to happen. One, we are going to have to reduce the amount of spending that we see. That means cuts. No lawmaker wants to agree to cuts because they say that would be political suicide. They're not going to do that before a major election. So, as far as cuts, those are off the table. The second thing is we need to see an increase in revenue. Well, the Biden administration said that the only way to increase revenue is to increase taxes. But who do we increase taxes to? Because the Biden administration also said we are not going to raise taxes for anybody that makes less than $400,000 per year. Okay, so where does that leave us? Well, it leaves us with one thing. Can we get more people back to work? Unemployment, keep it low, right? Get higher minimum wage. If we can raise the minimum wage and keep unemployment low, the good news is that more tax revenue will come in through just working. So because of that, we can actually increase the amount of revenue that the Social Security Trust Fund receives. That's one way. There's a second way. Look at this. It says lawmakers Latino lawmakers are urging Biden to extend work permits for undocumented people. Now, why? Why would they want to do that? Well, here's the reason why. If you extend the work permits to undocumented people here in the United States, so illegal immigrants, there are supposedly 20 million illegal immigrants. So if we give an illegal immigrant or 20 million people the ability to now work legally wherever they want to, well, we have less than 10 million open positions. It means there's 2 positions or 2 people for every 1 position. That means that every single job would be filled. If every single job is filled and they are working, let's say a 40-hour work week or on average about 35, well, that means every single person is contributing every hour that they work. They're contributing 12.4% of their income is going to the Social Security Trust Fund. How big is that? That could be billions and billions of dollars every single year going to the Social Security Trust Fund. That is why lawmakers are pushing for this. But I want to be very clear, this is something that Democrats want. Republicans say no, absolutely not. We are not going to extend work permits to undocumented people. Number one, yes, it would really help with the Social Security Trust Fund. It would really help as far as bringing more income in for the United States, for the federal government. But here's the problem. It also brings in the question is, are undocumented people allowed to then vote? Can they vote? And if they vote, normally, or based off of historically what we've seen, is 70% of migrants coming into the U.S., they're likely to vote Democrat in their first election. So it's not going to happen this year. People are not these undocumented people are not going to be able to vote this year, but they could in the next election. And so that's one of the big question marks. Now, here's something I want to bring up as well. When Social Security recipients can expect benefit cuts. Again, I bring this up because sometime between now and when we are supposed to see the Social Security Trust Fund become insolvent, that's when experts predict Democrats are really going to push to see undocumented workers get a work permit. Undocumented people get the ability to vote. All right? So I'm going to show you this. Here's what it says. It says some 70 million Americans receive Social Security benefits. How long those benefits will remain available and at what level is the continual concern. What we know at this time is that the Social Security Trust Fund would become insolvent in 2035. Okay, it's 1 year later than what was expected. But here's where things get really interesting. Because what we know is once it's depleted, Social Security would be in the position to pay 83% of scheduled benefits, a higher percentage than indicated in previous years. In previous years, we were being told the Social Security Trust Fund would only be able to pay about 78%. That's a 22% cut. So, we'll see what happens moving forward. What I can tell you right now, everybody's looking at the migrants coming in. Can we use that to increase our revenue? The second thing is, what is inflation going to look like, and are we going to see more benefits get paid out to beneficiaries due to the cost of living adjustment? The third thing, what is Congress going to do? So, as we get more information on this, I promise I'll bring you all the latest news and updates, but as of today, that is what we know. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I will see you guys on the next one.